Good afternoon, Igor.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Can I just start with some team news? First of all, Jed Spence, how's he getting on? Will he be able to make it
No,
tomorrow?
Jed is out, not ready for the game tomorrow.
Do you have any updates on Udogi and Kulusevski as well?
No, not yet. Kevin is back last game already, so he's back. No other news, there's no other news.
You were so disappointed after the Fulham game. We could see it in your post-match news conference.
Yeah.
How are you feeling now? How are you feeling about this team at
I
the
feel
moment?
better. Of course, after the game, there are emotions, there are disappointment because you work, you want, and the players also working hard and wanted to do, but the result didn't come. So of course, it was a little bit disappointing, but it's how it should be. After the games, you need to be angry and disappointed. You don't need to be the guy who come there and said everything's perfect, smile, and nothing happened. Also to send a message to everyone, me personally and everyone, like to not accept this situation. But we go on, we move on. We have a good short period to prepare this game. But I showed the guys reacting well, and we need to be optimistic for tomorrow game. We play our home against good team, but still our stadium with our fans. So we want to do tomorrow one good game.
You said you got a short time to prepare for the next game, but because of the performance against Fulham, are you tempted to almost change a lot about the team in terms of personnel or tactics?
No, we need to choose right players, of course. As I said, until now, a lot of time there are a lot of things to improve. You work day by day. You see that the players want. That's the things make me positive, make me believe that we will do it. So that's the key in the end. Waiting to other players come back to give something to the team. Like Pedro last game come out immediately. You see that he gives something to the teammates. Also, Kevin is coming back. We're expecting Kuti, other Udogi who will come. Jed will come back. So it's important to have all pieces together. All the teams in the Premier will struggle without 7, 8, 10 players. So it's not. It's not that the other teams will. When they have players complete is one team where they don't have, so it is how is it. So we waited to come back the players, to give the energy, to give the quality. Until that, we work to do the things better.
Because of the last two games that you've lost, a lot of people are calling this a must-win game. They're saying there's a lot of pressure on Tottenham and you to win this. Is that how you feel?
No, there is no must-win game. All the games need to be win. Need to be first of all doing the right way, doing the best thing you can do. Thinking about. I always said this: don't bring you nothing. In the way that you need to prepare, thinking about you to understand who you are as a team, what the players need, what the players can give to be better as a team. To preparing in this way, and then that will be good.
Hi, Igor. You mentioned Jed Spence being out. Have you got a time frame for when he could potentially return?
We hope for Champions League game.
I interviewed Yves Bissouma yesterday, and one of the key things he said to me is that the players have to stay united. They have to stay calm when the results are so bad at the moment. Are you seeing a group of players who are remaining calm when you're on the training pitches? Are they looking confident?
No, I look confident because I saw they want to do. They want to do the things. They want to stay together. We are speaking all days about what to do, how to do, to involve, to get from them a reaction, in small things, 1%, 2%, 5%, in the end, always we think about that each of us need to give something extra, but sometimes small things are enough because we are in 20 players plus coaches, so if you multiply 1%, it's a lot, mean a lot. So we work on all things, and that's what make me feel good for the future.
He also said that he'll understand if there are nerves amongst the fans tomorrow because of the form at home and because of the way the results have gone. In the last two games, the team have conceded first. So how important will a good start and a fast start be for Spurs against Crystal Palace?
It's important to start good, but even to finish good. So all details count, Everything is important.
Thanks, Igor.
Hi Igor, how are you?
Very well, you?
Yeah, not too bad. You said there about everyone after Sunday needed to be angry. You needed to get the message over to the players. You felt that you were right to be angry. Can you explain that? Why you being angry after a defeat would help the players?
To not accept defeat as something normal. For first reason and last reason, that's why the reason. When you play with it's about mentality. When you play with your friend, you can have mentality. Okay, we go to play tennis and then we lose. Okay, it's the same for me, or you can be different, you know. So for sure, in this moment, we need to recognize this, but also to have belief that we have quality to do it. So my point is to give both things to the team, you know, and that's how it's work. This job, this sport. So I'm trying to touch them in all kind of things I can touch, you know. And as I said, I saw the good will from the side to change the things. We need something. We need small detail. We need something to change, of course. But I saw small progress. So tomorrow we need to keep going in direction that I believe we take and make one good performance as a team.
I think as well, like many managers over the years that I've been doing this job, they've always said to me that no one game is must win. Every game is a must win or want to win game. But the feeling, the noise is that, you know, Spurs could get relegated. But if they beat Palace, they could go a long way towards all that being silenced. So is this not the most important game that Spurs have had for a long time? Maybe since they won a trophy last May.
Yeah, of course I don't agree with you. These are all the things that don't matter for the players, in the way that these are nice things to speak in television, maybe in bar, and do these things, you know. We in dressing room, we don't think in this way. We are not focused of direction that others maybe can take to discuss about this kind of thing you are speaking about. We are thinking about what to do better, the things, how to work on mentality, how defending better, you know, how give some aggressivity to take these second balls, you know, how be danger in the front. These things we are speaking, we are thinking, we are enforcing these things, you know. So this, as I said, these are all the things that the fans can speak between them and journalists and you as well. But we try to not, our thoughts not go in that direction.
So the players aren't speaking in the dressing room about
they start to speak now. Yeah, they start letting to speak.
And I guess the last one is, in terms of where you are now, isn't the all-important thing getting 3 points, not how you play, not whether you get the second ball, not whether the full back is gone.
I agree with you.
It's all about 3 points.
It's all about 3 points. I said already before the last game, you know. When you are in this moment like you are, of course it's all about 3 points, especially in all the leagues when they come the last 7, 8, 10 games. For sure is that when you start the season, then you make programmation, you choose the player, you choose your style you play, then you have 2 months to work on that. That's totally different moment, you know. Then you can think about how beauty you can be now after the last 10 games is totally different, you know. Totally different state of mind, and you need to choose the right things to do.
There you go. I just want to ask you about Matisse Tell. It came on at the weekend, made an impact, and he seems to do that often when he comes onto the pitch. But he's only started 6 Premier League games. Just wondered why you thought he's a player that hasn't been a starter and hasn't yet for you either.
I choose what I think in that moment is best for the team. Does not mean that he's not the part of first 11. Football change everything in 5 minutes, 10, 1 game, 2 games. Everyone, I like to say, like all coaches said, they put themselves in the team, you know. So the coach need to choose what they believe in this moment. But with 5 changes, with 5 substitutes, the football change. So I always speaking about that today they are not substitute in the right way, because when you change half of the team, so it's a half of team who is coming in, and half of team who is coming out. So it's totally different point of view for the players. Sometimes, not sometimes, it's difficult to understand this. Everyone wants to start, but what I recognize here, especially in this league, there is a special game in the last 15, 20 minutes. It's always game in the game, so probably for them it's not easy to understand. Of course, nobody want to accept, and I understand. I do the same, but the games a lot of time decides in the last 20 minutes.
Another player that came on, Souza, the young left back from Brazil.
Yeah.
Is he ready for the Premier League yet?
No, he was good. He was good. I saw something in him. He's there, waiting his moment to play.
Just last one from me. Your assistant at your last two clubs, Juve and Lazio, Ivan Javoric, I think. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. We're wondering whether he's going to come as well.
Yeah. It's ongoing thing now. We wait. Still a little bit wait.
Is it just like a work permit issue?
Yeah. We are waiting.
Thank you very much. Sam, please.
Hi, Igor.
Yeah.
Can I ask about the reaction from Sunday? You said there that you've been happy with the way the players have reacted over the past 2 days in training. Can you maybe speak a bit more of that and just give us some examples of what you've been happy with?
About the effort they did to the training, about will when we speak, to change the things.
Do you, because as my colleague says, you are in a relegation fight at the moment. Do you think your players understand, I guess, the seriousness of the situation they are in? But is it your job to try and alleviate and lessen some of that pressure on them?
It's of course that everyone understands the situation that we are, and we are working hard to change this. Otherwise, it would be be something wrong in that if you don't understand. And of course, my job is to put the pressure away, but their job is also to accept this pressure as a part of their job. So the pressure is everywhere, but you need to love this job. You need to enjoy this job like you did when you start 10 years old to do this sport. So you don't need to forget that this is in the end only sport. So the really pressures are other jobs, There's the real pressure, families to make for the family earn the money and work in the jobs, like doctors who are making operation, and they are dealing by they decide about life and death, so that's the real pressure. Also, this is a sport. The club is Tottenham always been like a club who has a big pressure, so you need to be ready. You need to accept this and stand up. And you can use this. Don't stay behind. Take responsibility. Have a courage to confront these things. When something comes to you, you go in the direction of that. Don't go back. Don't step back. So this is the best way to do. Only way to do. So I hope we have, and I'm sure, because I saw in the train that we have this man to step up and take responsibility and make us start doing, first of all, good performance, and after also the winning points.
Just last of all from me, from what you've seen over the past 2.5-3 weeks in the players, from the games, the training, how they react and how they act in the training ground, are you satisfied that the squad that you have is or it isn't too good to go down? Do you believe they're not too good to go down?
I believe what I said before. Of course I believe we do it.
Hi Igor, you spoke off Sunday about clearly confidence is an issue given this run. What have you and I guess the coaches done this week to try and kind of lift the players from this slump?
The question today are also very, very similar, all very same. So I give the answers always the same answers, So I can only repeat the things you ask me, What we were working, what we are aware, There is nothing else to tell. I can just start and repeat the same things.
And going back to your first game, the Arsenal game, you didn't get the result, obviously, but the fans and the atmosphere they created, it felt like it really did drive the team, certainly for that first hour. For this game tomorrow, how important are the fans?
Very important. Players feels everything, every small rumour, they recognize immediately. every applause, every encouragement. So sometimes I like that they each of fans can feel that in the pitch, so they will understand how the energy is spreading in how energies can contain the player. So I'm sure that will be stand with us tomorrow and we show what we need to show.
Yeah. You mentioned earlier in the press conference that you felt that kind of demonstration of anger or feeling anger after that Fulham match was, I suppose, important to kind of get the sense that losing is not acceptable within the club.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you came into the club it was something that you perhaps noticed, that a culture of kind of losing matches comes too easily to these players?
No, I noticed a lot of things. Of course, like always when you come in some club, if there are problems, for sure there are some reason for the problems, and my job is to recognize and try to fix what I can fix and accept what I cannot accept and go on, give the positivity, try to work day by day to make the team better. That's all I can do and I need to do. So stick together, all players, all club, working hard, looking forward, and stay and do your best you can do.
So that's a priority. It's something that you're kind of working towards, ensuring that winning is paramount to everything that happens at the club. Winning matches is everything.
Didn't understand you, please.
That's something that you're prioritising and kind of trying to change that culture so winning matches becomes central to everything.
I just do my job. I do the things I believe, but I think it's normal things that everyone in all clubs in the world, there are priority, like you said. There is nothing special in that.
And I think it's been a little while now since we've had an update on Bergwall. Obviously, had ankle surgery.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good.
Any kind of timeline on when?
We don't know. We don't know yet.
Igor, last week I asked you about your soldiers in your team. Worried. Conor Gallagher, with his attributes, that's the first person that I thought of. A lot of fans will think of having that kind of soldier warrior mentality. But he's come off quite early on in both games we've had so far. It hasn't really seemed to have much of an impact. What's going on?
Yeah, like
it feels like the first person you've hoped for in this kind of situation.
Yeah, very sensible guy, fantastic person and very good player. I like him very much as a player. He's a player who has amazing skills in both direction. So I saw him this also week to better, willing to do. I hope and that he can give us what we need with his experience, with his quality, with his knowledge. He's working good.
Is he someone that you would look for as to be one of the leaders in this?
Can be, yeah, he can be.
Why did you look to play him out wide rather than in the middle against Fulham?
Oh, sorry.
You played him on the wing against Fulham, which is not his natural position.
Yeah, we need to adapt sometimes the players who are not, but he plays a winger also, in athletic winger who was a little bit inside, but we don't have anyone, we have problems with the players, so sometimes someone need to adapt a little bit of that. He was this position to do it, and when you have this emergency, someone need to do something maybe.
This week, after that game, there was a strange incident where the Premier League used a video of a free kick that Vicario took, and it seemed to be mocking in its sense.
Yeah.
Deleted later.
No, not nice. Vicario is a fantastic guy, a fantastic player, but these are things for clubs issue.
Did you speak about it with your players?
Yeah, I spoke with him.
He's okay.
He's okay. This is part of the job, 2025 with the social media, with all. Sometimes we give too much information, too much importance of the information. Sometimes for sure is not good. But this is like we said, we are living in an era of information. So all the days, every day is hundreds of new information bombarding these players. So they need to be strong. They need to accept. For sure, when I was a player, I lived in a better world from that part of the view, because you can have your life as a normal life. Now there are two lives, one here and one in this machine. which is sometimes not too easy manage for them, for the young people who are. So they need to be very informed, very aware, very pay attention on all what happened there, and trying to stay more responsible in the real world.
Just lastly on that, I think the difference between that particular incident compared to most that happen where players have videos or whatever made from them on social media from fans, it was actually the league doing it, which seems quite strange to have the competition organiser have this video.
Yeah. But I'm sure they're aware of the mistake they made and they will not do in the future for sure. Yeah.
You said you saw some small things that you liked, that were signs of improvement.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what they were? Any of them?
And during the game or what?
Yeah.
It was more energy, for sure, more wish to run, to fight. Small details that we discussed in the dressing room about tactic, about these things. So still a lot of work to do, but we know it that. So that's.
You've been in these positions. You're often brought into a club to change, to fight fire.
Yeah.
Do you take confidence from anything you see at Spurs when you compare to other situations?
It's the same question that already been asked me today in conference. So I don't have nothing to tell more about that.
I don't think it's been asked for you to compare your experiences at clubs.
Yeah, all the experiences are difficult. Here is also very difficult, as I said.
But when you're talking about those details,
Yeah.
you see that you know when you go
Yeah.
into a club
Yeah.
what is a sign of
Yeah.
improvement.
Yeah.
You don't know this.
Yeah.
What is a sign of improvement that you've seen at Spurs? And is this something you saw at
Yeah.
Juventus? Is this something you saw
Yeah.
at Lazio?
It's very difficult to compare because every situation is totally different. It's impossible to compare. Impossible. Because the problem are totally different. Here, when you go in Juventus, you have 20 players all this position. Here you come, you have 12 press. There you fight for Champions League, here you fight for relegation. So that's for the start. Then you go players by players, there are big difference everywhere. So you cannot, it's not like you go and do your job in the same way and you have same results. So it's impossible because the level of difficulty is always different. There is no copy in anything. It's different league, it's different team, it's different position, different players. So with the same coach, you give the coach to have start the season with one team, another to be totally different things. Doing the same things go in other teams to be totally different things. Even of the way how you see the team, you recognize in the style of details, they will be totally different. So it's impossible to compare. You can only compare which is the level of difficulty. Difficult more or difficult there. Where are the biggest problem? You can just that little bit say it's bigger this one or this one problem. For me, this problem of Tottenham is bigger. We can compare. If we compare if you can ask me about that, I can tell you how big is challenge, how big is problems in clubs. I can say this one is probably. I still cannot. There is no mathematics that you can see, but what I feel, what I see, this one problem is bigger. Why? Okay, next question.
Well, if I can ask another then, the reason I was asking you this, which you don't seem to like, was you will understand if the players are listening to what
I cannot come to here discuss here like we are in the bar. I already explain you what I can tell you, what I want to tell you. Don't insist that I want to go on the details about what, because it's not correct from your side, and this is not place to speak in that way. Okay.
You say you were getting a reaction, and I was going to say, was the performance of what Richarlison gave you, was that part of the reaction, the aggression, the energy, and the goal helps? What you saw from Richarlison, is that something that
Very good. He go inside very good. He scored the goal, bring the energy. Very good.
Igor, sorry. No, Igor. Sure. I was going to say, Igor, in your experience of top clubs, managing and playing, do the best players sometimes need that honesty, need that hard message? Does it benefit them sometimes?
Always need honesty. Coach, one of the skills coach is to be honest. Honest. In the right way, of course, right way to speak with them, but honesty. Without honesty, you are dead. How I believe.
Is there a risk?
What?
Sometimes you lose their trust by being too honest almost.
No, the way how you speak. They need to recognize you knew the guys. He's a person. You know, that you tell the things from they good, not in negative way. You cannot speak in the way like okay. They need to recognize in you that you are telling them for the best, for the better. Then you can tell them everything.
Some people I think would expect when you have a new coach comes in, the team is lacking confidence. You sort of give them a hug and you put an arm around their shoulder.
Yeah.
That's not your style.
Who said that?
That's what people say.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Without hugging, without connection with the player, you cannot do nothing. These are only words. These are only, how you call this? I don't know the right word to describe because my English is not so good. But this is not true. It's not true. There's no one coach in the world who can come there and go with the, how you call, with the stick, and the players. What we said. Who are you? So there is a relationship, there is honesty, there is a right to do. I'm not coming here to shout on players or scream on them. So you have totally wrong image of me or of the guys who are telling in that way. You know.
I guess it comes from what we see of you in after the match and press conferences. Yeah. So maybe in training or behind with the players, you show a bit of both.
Of course, of course.
One more question, if you don't mind. It seems to me, I don't know if you feel it, but it feels like a lot of other clubs, other fans would love for Tottenham to get relegated. You know, it's a big club, big history.
I don't know. I don't read. I don't write. I don't see the information. I'm not focused on it.
The Premier League post that Tom mentioned, you know, it's that kind of thing. I think. Can you use that as motivation? Can the players?
We have other motivation to do. I don't believe in that kind of stuff.
Thank you,
John. I was just going to ask. Do you feel the pressure?
Coach always feel the pressure.
How much pressure?
7.
7 out of 10.
7 of pressure.
What's the average?
But you didn't ask me from 0 to what? Always a part of job is to feel the pressure, but also to enjoy in this job what you can enjoy, of course. In good moments you enjoy, in bad moments you don't enjoy, but the pressure is all the time. From when I had 10 years start to be a football player, always the pressure. Start to play with 16, 17, first team, always feel the pressure. So it's a part of my life, let's say like this. And all the coaches, they live with that. It's a normal part of that. But you need to find in that job some beauty. Otherwise you don't do this job, you know. So the beauty sometimes is difficult. To have challenges who are very difficult, you know, but you need to find beauty in that. Don't go in the direction to be too worried, too anxious, too depression. Otherwise, better you stay home, man. So stick with the players, stay together. Not like your colleague said to shout in, but stay together to the players. Find a way, because it's always about finding the right solution. And then it's sport in the end.
So you're getting beauty and enjoyment?
Beauty. No, in this moment, less beauty.
Okay, finish with Sam, please.
Hi, Igor.
Yeah.
After the game against Fulham, you could sort of see that Richarlison is quite emotional. You spoke about his impact off the bench. I mean, he has experience of this sort of situation. He's guided Everton to safety. How important can he be, not only on the pitch, but also in the dressing room?
Rich, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like the guy. I like him. He's sympathetic. It's a guy who is always interesting to speak with him, of his style of speaking, you know. And fantastic player. He can play all positions with 2 strikers, with 3. So I see him very well. He will give us something for sure in the next games.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.